What's up, guys? It's Randall from OddsJam back with you today to do some live betting here. We're going to check out the positive EV page this morning. Jam-packed slate of games, NFL, college basketball, NHL, NBA. So we're going to go through the positive EV page, take a look at some of the bets for today. We'll place some bets. We'll track those bets and we will see what we can find. I'm in Illinois, so I'll be in Illinois trying to find some profitable bets. I'll take a look at some of the other states as well for you guys that have some more options as far as sports books go. So be sure also in the links below, check out the sports books in your states. Make sure you have all of those books that I have listed below. If not, click those links, take advantage of the sign-up bonuses so that you can build your bankroll. So we'll go ahead and get started here. I'm going to take a look at the promos today as well, just to see if there's anything new that's out there. So yesterday, I haven't graded it yet. I'm just going to start grading these on the live stream. So if we go to our bets, you can see we had the under 6 yesterday in the Panthers-Stars game. Actually got an alert that this was worse than the odds at the time the line closed. Got this alert well in advance of the game. Decided not to cash it out. So maybe I should have. That's up to you as a sports bettor if you want to do that. So I'm going to mark that as lost. If you're not sure how to turn that on underneath your profile bet tracker, you can turn those closing line value notifications on. Make sure you've got that on. You'll get an immediate email. I actually hopped over to DraftKings whenever I got the email, and I could have cashed out for full value. So probably should have, but did not. So paid the price, and we are currently down $25 with these tracked plays from yesterday. But no big deal. It's long term. And so we're going to look for some profitable bets today, see what we can find. Just scrolling through here again, market width. I talk about this on every stream. It's very important. I try to stay between 15 and 25 cents. Not that I won't go higher, but that's kind of my threshold for placing bets. So we'll just kind of scroll through here, see if there's anything that sticks out this morning. Brooklyn and Wagner, it looks like we've got a 21-cent difference here in the market width. This is a much smaller market game, so probably not as heavily bet as, say, an Arizona-Utah. So what I like to do on these games is take a look at this power index on ESPN. So I'm going to just look up that particular game. Let's see who was playing again. I've already forgotten. So Wagner and Brooklyn. So we'll see. So ESPN says right around 17.5. So Wagner maybe minus 18. So I'm going to pass on this game. Again, it's a smaller market bet game. It's not like thousands of people are lining up to bet Wagner and Brooklyn. So maybe this market isn't as quite as efficient as Arizona, Utah. So going to pass on that one. Continuing to scroll here, it looks like there is a little bit of value on this Arizona, Utah game. The under 158.5. We've got a 22-cent difference here. If you have two sides that are the favorite, you've got to subtract it and then add it to the other side. So I'm taking the 5 away, adding it to the 17, 22-cent difference here. A 21-cent difference on this particular one when you're looking at Arizona, Utah. I know they were a little higher up as well. So 27 cents here, so a little bit higher than what I would like to see. Let's take a look at this particular game. So Arizona, Utah, under 158.5. Let's go ahead and click into it. Alex does this a lot on the live streams, so you can kind of see where all of the books are. So let me go back here. It was 156.5. So plus 112. You can see Pinnacle is only giving you plus 108. Let's go ahead and switch our state just so we can see if we can gather some more information as far as what some of these other sports books might be offering on the 156.5. So you can see Fox Bet is plus 105. OddsJam Perfect Line is 108. Sugar House, these three are all the same providers. So a little bit of value on this particular game, but I'm actually going to pass on that one. We'll continue to refresh our page and see if we can find any value in any of these games. 25-cent difference here with Charlotte UTSA, 22-cent difference here. So let's go ahead and check that one out. It's pretty good expected value here. You've got to be quick as well. So under 139 is plus 135. So let's click that game. Let's go to New Jersey. Let's see what kind of the consensus line is. So the consensus line is 142. It looks like 135 on Barstool. Fox Bet's only giving you plus 130. Let me go ahead and flip over here to California. We can compare some more books, or we can at least compare all the books that we have. So yeah, it looks like 135 is kind of the consensus on the under 139. So not really any value there as far as other sports books go when comparing these two. I'm going to go ahead and kick this over to New Jersey, see if we can find some bets that I like in New Jersey for those of you that are in another state. So it looks like, I mean, the under here, if you have Fox Bet, we saw that there was some definite value on the under 139, under 142.5. You've got a 25-cent difference here. So if you can get that on Fox Bet, that would probably be a bet that I would take, getting close to 6% of expected value there. Blackhawks and Ducks, and looks like an 18-cent difference there, 6% edge. Let's go ahead and see what that particular game looks like. So plus 184. You can see all of these other books are only giving you plus 170, plus 175, plus 165, plus 170 at Bookmaker. It looks like, yeah, the Blackhawks are favored in that game. So let's go ahead and place that bet. So we'll just hop over here. When I'm doing this, as far as these bets go with these live streams, I'm just trying to show you guys that you can bet smaller amounts and you can still be profitable. Of course, if you're doing that, you probably need to be betting a little bit more volume. It doesn't do you any good, like I did last night, to pick one play and, only have one play and then it be a loser. So we'll just go ahead. I'm just going to throw the bonus funds on here. We'll throw 15 on this one. I have absolutely terrible luck with hockey, but we'll throw 15 on that. We'll hop back over here to our bet tracker, or back to the Plus EV page. And let's see here. See if we can find that game, Blackhawks minus 1.5. So we'll go ahead and we'll add that to our bets. We place 15 on that one. We'll go ahead and save it. Click refresh here again on New Jersey. Some of these books I do have access to, so we'll just kind of stay on New Jersey, see if anything pops up. It looks like the over 6 in the Panthers Blue Jackets, 23-cent difference here on the market with minus 135 on Borgata. I can tell you last night I had the under in the Florida Panthers game, and they can pour those goals in. So it looks like there's definitely some value on the over in this particular game. You can get minus 150 on DraftKings, minus 169 on Pinnacle, minus 162 on these other books. So there's definitely some value there. If you're looking to take the over 6, it's minus 135 on Borgata. I'm not sure why that wasn't showing up whenever we were looking at that, but Nonetheless, we'll continue scrolling here. Jackson State Prairie View under 135, 23-cent difference, has a little bit of value. Again, this is another smaller market game. I would definitely do a little bit of research on this one, see kind of where all of the other books are in regards to this total. So 135. So let's check that out. See kind of what the books have under 135. So minus 110 on the score. Everywhere else, minus 125, minus 135 on Pinnacle, minus 125 on Fox Bet, minus 125 on Barstool. So, I mean, I know it's a smaller market game, but I would say, and it looks like it's off the board now, but if you can still get that Prairie View under 135, I believe it was, minus 110 on the score, it's definitely a profitable bet to place. Blackhawks here, minus 1. We've got a 13-cent difference on this particular game. We have the minus 1.5 at plus 183, but if you don't want to lay the goal and a half, this is definitely a bet that you could place. It is profitable. You're getting plus 116. Also want to point out, when you click this calculator, it will show you the win percentage. It will also show you the suggested amount to wager based on the bankroll that you have put in under your settings in regards to the Kelly calculator. So you can use that tool as well. Back over here on Illinois, it looks like I'll just leave this here for a second. UNC Greensboro and Mercer over under 125, about a 26-cent difference. We'll just keep scrolling there. Kentucky minus 4. I will tell you, I don't have access to this. Caesars here in Illinois, this is not the same one. But if you can get Kentucky minus 4, really like this play personally against Tennessee. 22-cent difference in the market width. Like this play a lot. Kentucky minus 4 is definitely worth a bet if you can bet it. We'll just take a look here. You can see Kentucky minus 4.5 on, or minus 5 on DraftKings is minus 110. You can get that same line, minus 110 on Caesars. It's minus 125 on Barstool. It's minus 134 on Pinnacle. Let's take a look at the other books just to compare. So this is just how you can really compare the books, figure out, get even a bigger edge when you're looking at these games. So you can see here, I mean, Kentucky minus 4 is clearly a profitable bet. It's minus 138 on Fox Bet. It's minus 125 on Barstool. It's minus 134 on Pinnacle, minus 125 at Parks. So again, Kentucky minus 4. If you can bet this at Caesars minus 110, I would be all over this. As Alex has said multiple times on the live stream, this positive EV page is not the Bible. It's not go through here and bet every single play. You do need to do a little bit of homework, compare some of these books. And I can tell you with the Platinum plan, you have the ability to compare even more books than what you do with just the standard industry plan. So if you're interested in the Platinum plan, email me. I'll get you set up with a trial on that. 1 month money back guarantee. If you're not happy, we will refund you in full. So if you're interested in the Platinum plan, shoot me an email, shoot me a DM. Kentucky or Western Kentucky, North Texas. Looks like North Texas here plus 3 has a little bit of value again on Caesars. Unfortunately for me, if you take a look into this game, it looks like the plus 3, so minus 110 on Caesars, 133 on Fox Bet, 134 on Pinnacle. So this would be a chance to just kind of take a look and see. ESPN has this game right around 3, so pretty spot on as far as the spread goes with ESPN, and you're getting some positive expected value here, taking North Texas plus the 3. Hop back over here to the plus EV page. We'll continue scrolling through. Oilers Senators, very tight market here. 14 cents over 6.5, minus 105 on Fox Bet. If you can bet that, I would be all over that. Very, very tight market. You can see it's extremely profitable bet everywhere else, minus 125, minus 130 on Bookmaker. Huge edge here with minus 105 on Fox Bet. It's minus 120 for me on DraftKings, so it doesn't make much sense. Minus 118 on FanDuel for me to take that, but the value is definitely there if you have Fox Bet. Again, I apologize, guys. I know Alex is in a state that he's able to place a lot of these bets. I'm in Illinois, so I'm very limited on the number of bets I can place. And again, this is not indicative of how many bets I place throughout the day. It's you have to be on here. You have to be searching. The more time you spend, the more money you are going to make using OddsJam. It's just a fact. So just continuing to scroll here. I'm going to turn on player props here in just a second. I've got my fantasy model pulled up over here on my laptop. I'll take a look at some of the player props for today. We'll see if the fantasy model that I have lines up with any of these particular player props that are out there. High Point, North Carolina A&T, 18-cent difference here in the market with. We've got the Fox Bet. We've got Fox Bet in the score. Again, smaller market game. So we'll just take a look. We'll see what High Point. So High Point, North Carolina A&T on ESPN. Have it at about 3. The line's 3.5. Let's just see into here and compare. So 3.5 is, or what were we looking at? We were looking at North Carolina A&T, right? Yeah. So +3 on Fox Bet, +3 on Barstool, it looks like. So there's a little bit of value here. Little bit of value here in the +3.5. Again, smaller market. ESPN has this game pretty well spot on. So going to pass on that particular game. Let's go ahead and hit this refresh button and see if anything pops up. Some games have just started. You can see we've got live bets up here. At some point, if there are any live bets that pop up, we'll definitely see those here taking place. You can get in on those live odds, $9 a day. What I like to do with the live bets is place a bet on a total and then watch the game, especially in the NBA, and try to catch some value on that particular game and try to middle it. So if I take the over, say 205, and I can catch under 230 at some point, I would be looking to middle that. So that's kind of how I utilize the live odds. You can use it to just place the bets and let them ride, but just another example of how to use the live odds here. Lamar, Chicago State, another small market game. I'm in Illinois. I can't bet this, but we've got an 18-cent difference here in the market with. Let's just check and see what ESPN has to say about this game. So ESPN has Lamar by 9. So maybe a little bit of value there if you wanted to take Lamar on Fox Bet. I'm going to go ahead and here and hop over to Colorado. I know you guys have a few different books that might show some value, Sports Illustrated and that sort of thing. So we'll keep looking here. Kind of looks like some of the same games here as what we've seen as we've scrolled through here. We've got Ballybet, Charleston Southern, and Winthrop, 25-cent difference here in the market with under 152. So this would be considered a profitable bet. Again, we'll go into it. I'm going to go ahead and change the state to California just so I can see all of the books under 152. So Pinnacle has it minus 133. As you can see, all of the other books are about the same. There's not really any big outliers as far as the VIG goes. Pinnacle's just higher than most, so that might be one you pass on. It doesn't appear that it's kind of standalone value whenever you take a look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. I think I saw Sports Illustrated down here at the bottom. Oh, no, I'm on California, so that would not have been the case. I'm going to go ahead and hop back over here to Illinois, though. I'm going to turn the player props on here for just a little bit and we will see if anything lines up. I know a lot of you guys like to bet the player props, which there's nothing wrong with that. Just it's not something that I like to do and put a lot of money behind whenever I'm doing those. So I'm going to go ahead and search for football. We'll just see here. Hunter Renfro, looks like there's some value on him to have under 5.5 receptions. Looks like we've got about 20 of these. So we'll kind of go through here and take a look. Let me make one more adjustment on my fantasy model here, and then we can take a look and see where the value is for this weekend. Give me just a second. Just trying to pick everybody here who's playing this weekend so that I don't have to filter through everyone else. All right, so it looks like we are good to go there. Well, we were. Just a second. Arizona. Okay, now we're good to go. So let's just see here. Arizona, I'm just going to search here. I don't see anything on AJ Green for this weekend with my fantasy model. Jonnu Smith, I'm not seeing anything there either. Again, you can just kind of check this value here if you're looking at it. Roethlisberger, let's see if I see anything on him completions wise. The completions are definitely going to be a product of the game flow. Maybe looking at receptions or over under receiving yards. Do not currently see. So Ramondre Stevenson, I believe he fits the model here. So yeah, Stevenson. Not sure you can take this for what it's worth. The under 40.5 has some value. My fantasy model likes for him to have a decent game. Looked at this list several times, so just kind of going through here. None of these guys really stand out as far as value goes. Football here, Bengals Raiders. There's a little bit of value on the Raiders in the first half, plus 172. Just keep going here with these player props. So yeah, it doesn't look like anything, at least for now, lines up for player props on the NFL today, at least here in Illinois. Let me search. Let's see. So we got about 5 more here. Whenever I go to New Jersey, let me just scroll through here. We'll see if any of these names I can recognize is looking at my fantasy model here these last couple of days. If you haven't checked out the anytime touchdown score, it was set to go live about 30 minutes ago. So that's live. You can check that out after we get done here. If you want to look at that, found some value here with some guys to score touchdowns this weekend. So as you can see, the live odds are up. There's some value on K-State, plus 117 on Barstool. Not logged in. Let's see here. You've got to be quick with these. And I'm already way too slow because I'm not on the live. Let's see. So K-State, plus 112. We hop back over here, plus 117. So still definitely some value there in K-State. Let me just... Give me a second. Let me refresh this, see if I can log in. It's not 10%, but there is some value there on K-State. Go ahead and log in. We'll refresh this again, see if it's still there. So it's off the board. But K-State had some value earlier. I'm not sure what the live line is now. So I'm not sure I really want to lock that in. Let's refresh this again, see if it pops up. Actually, we can just hop over here to odds page. We can see if it's up. So yeah, Pinnacle has it minus 104. We're getting plus 112. A little bit of value, not probably as much as we would like to see. Really needed to lock that number in prior to me not being logged in. But this is a great page. Again, that would be a spot there where you could look to bet Kansas State. So you see K-State's now minus 105 on the live line. Maybe you take Kansas State on the money line. Then maybe you come back at some point, hit Texas Tech plus the points, or you can just take Texas Tech plus money if they ever become plus money. I actually did like K-State plus the points prior to this game starting. So kicking myself a little bit here for at least not taking that the way it looks early on. Just to take a look here at the promotions, FanDuel has the $100 bonus on the same game parlays. I think you all already know about the hammer the over. It is down to 14.5, so it's continuing to trend in the right direction. Hopefully, we can get that as close to zero as possible. I've talked about that several times on the live stream. And then Barstool, of course, has the wild card. It's not showing up now for some reason, but they had the wild card where you could bet $10 and parlay all of the spreads for today's games or for all of the games this weekend. You might be able to take advantage of that still. I'm just not seeing it on my end at this time. So that's about it for today. Placed one bet on the Blackhawks, went through, gave you guys several profitable bets depending on where you were located. We'll continue to do this. Alex will probably go live later today, so be on the lookout for that. Again, if you haven't checked out the Anytime Touchdown Score video, check that out on the OddsJam YouTube page, and be sure to sign up for the sports books below. Just click the drop down arrow underneath this video. See if you've got those sports books in your state. If you don't, click those, sign up, take advantage of the bonuses. And I will be back with you guys sometime next week. Thanks, guys.